Mama said I love you. Can I know, mama, that you love me? I always adore you. When my little used to kiss and used to hug me.
I remember mama and the love that she gave. Kneeling by her bedside, I can still hear mama say,
Mother's Day, Mom. Love you.
Now this is Talk Truth Telly. I'm on Daddy Register for tell you say, watch and get all information, all of the truth. Talk Truth Telly. Register for tell you that.
But Mother's Day to me is not just in the month of May and a special day, but to me Mother's Day is every day. But because a day is set for Mother's Day on this day, let me do a little reminiscing when it comes to mother. My mother's hardworking, struggling, very ambitious, and everything she ever have on own, she base it around her children. And not just her children, but around children. She loves children. She's always working with children. My mother's not the party person she could be, but because of her children, she chose not to. She's from work to home. The first time I met my mother, she was living in Hopeful. In another post, I'll tell you what I meant when I said first time meeting mom. She used to live in a Sandash house, board house. Outside kitchen, would bathe in the yard. She had a big trough that would fight to bathe in. Me and my sister Devon, you don't know. We lived next door to poorhouse. And that's why I knew Yellow Man. I would stay in the yard, look over and see Yellow Man. Willie Agat was living in
My
the same
mother
community.
was amazing to me. She was very poised, well put together. She was shorter than I am, 5'1", I think, and I'm much taller than she is. But I loved my mother. But one of the most impressive things about my mother that I found quite entertaining was that all through elementary school and junior high school, I would ask her her age. Every time I'd ask my mother her age, she'd tell me she was 33 years old. So every year when my teachers would say, "How old is your mother?" I go home and say, "Mom, they want to know your age at school. How old are you?" She says 33. So it took me all the way to high school to realize that my mother wasn't 33 years old for almost 9 years, but she kept that age for a long time, and I thought it was very humorous of her.
my mommy is the world's greatest. She's a mother, a father, a friend. I can call and talk to her about anything. I wouldn't trade her for nothing in this world. Mommy, I love you world without end.
Yeah, mama, as me I tell you, you're the best. We put you up on top of the world right now. You understand? You don't know you grow with the best way you can. You understand? We pass the worst. You understand? Now we're there. You understand? I live clean same way. So we give thanks for all that you have done. And we just want to push forward and make it right. Understand? So give thanks. Happy Mother's Day with all my love. Blessed mom.
My mom is always washing, cooking, and singing us a lullaby when night come. Before we go to bed, she would tell us all different type of story. She was so loving, so nice. She was just like an angel came from heaven visiting. And we held her here so she don't go back and leave us. If my mom cry, it's like I'm dying. If my mom get a cut, it's like we get the cut. We don't want not to mosquito pitch for our mother the way how we love mommy.
Taught me how to fry my first egg scramble, that is, when I was 9 years old. So I started cooking when I was 9 years old. I come from a line of cooks on my mother's side of the family and ministers on both my parents' side of the family. So we had cooks and preachers. So at our house, there was a lot of fried chicken and dinner parties and stuff like that. But most of all, I love my mother so much. I wanted to make sure that I pleased her. So no matter what, I always try to do things to make her proud of me and to make her happy and not to bring shame upon the family. And she said, "Your word is your bond." So if I ever tell you something, know that I'm going to do it. I say Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Mother, she birth me, so me I say, I love my mother to my heart. God know me have to tell people. Right now, she alone bring me, she bring 7 away. You see me? And a 5 sister we have. No, 4 sister, 2 brother. Yeah, one from my father's side. That's what me I deal with. So, and right now, me have a little brother where I'm kind of sickly. But guess what? Now for big up mama same way and we say, Mama said I love you. Can I know, Mama, that you love me? I always adore you. When my little used to kiss and used to hug me. Mama said I love you because Mama love me. I have a lot of things to show you. I give from heart the way she grow me. Mama, you was there, I know that you care. Say all who love them mother put them on in the ear. Pan your heart, you feel swear. Never the far she always near. 9 months she carry the pain, she coulda dash me all away. But cut and clear youth and you to know fi ear. Listen your mother when she talk or else you a go feel. Try fi obey and don't disobey. One day you a go sorry worse if you drop a jail. So Mama said I love you and I know Mama that.
Remember Mama and the love that she gave. Kneeling by her bedside, I can still hear Mama say, the people are depending on you, so don't you let them down.
She worked in the caregiving field, child care. She used to work at a place called Creech, right nearby Ambassador Theatre. Oftentimes I go there to stay with her while she's taking care of the kids. She can watch us and take care of us at the same time. They have some swing song in there, which is swinging on the swing songs. We should pick off the cherry off of the tree. And we also have cribs that we can go into if we're tired and want to sleep. I watch Mommy struggle all of her life. Every Christmas, she take me downtown to buy stuff. At one point, to help with lunch money and food, would also sell stuff downtown. My grandma used to sell downtown also on Christmas time. Most of the other days, we spend it in the country with Mom. Ochirea, St. Elizabeth. But when it comes to Portland, she would just send her. She wouldn't go down there because of circumstances. Mama sent her kids to school all by herself. Lunch money, break, food, clothes, and shelter. Looking at Mama hard work growing us up, I always said to myself, I really want to do something nice for her. I don't know how I could pay her back for what she had done for her family. In a nutshell, I got the chance to start traveling because of music. And I was in California one day when I received a letter from her. In the letter she said, Wayne, I wanted to do one thing for me. I would like to see America before I close my eyes. When I read that, chills run through my body. And then a sense of joy came over me because I know I'm in the position to do that. I dragged my foot a little, but circumstances bring that moment to emergency. And when I took her to America, she didn't even know that was where she was going until she landed. But I will give you details in another post about this stuff. But today I just want to say Happy Mother's Day, and I want to recite a poem for Mother. Let's get
Happy
right
Mother's
into
Day.
it.
I'm so glad that God made me. I'm so glad that God made me a woman to love the person that He has given to me, a woman to nurture the children that come from me. I'm so glad that God made me. I made my contribution to the world, and I love my womanness. I love the gentleness of who I am, the softness that God has made woman. I'm so glad that God made me. God made me a bundle of joy and peace and love. I'm just a woman. I'm so glad that God made me. But the greatest thing of all is love. And my mother taught me how to love. If you knew my mother, My mother would tell any woman, anybody, she had 5 daughters, she said, I raise wives. So the guy who's luckiest for me to be their wife, they're getting a woman who is fully trained and equipped to deliver that and to make him whole. I'm so glad that God made me. I just want to say thank you for my mother for teaching me how to love. I watched my mother love my father every single day. It was a beautiful experience. I'm so glad that God made me a woman. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you all. I'm so glad that God made me a woman.
All when my voice gone, me remember say me born. Mommy, I the one who used to keep me warm. Even when daddy step out and gone, mommy still have to perform. And a little tears mommy shed. Enough time me hungry and go to bed. Daddy kick the bucket before me reach 3. And then it's just Suzette, mommy, and me. Then Muffet arrive, but Stanley never have the drive. Again, mommy cried. Finding the food when our kids them hungry. Telling the proper bedtime story. Remember the cup with the 3 giraffe and how mommy tickle me and me laugh. At night, Milo tea in a cup. In the morning, egg and bread when we wake up. Suzette stammer, Muffet eye dry. In front of the pig pen would have sit down and cry. What's wrong with the baby? Hear me now. Mama, the pig a look upon me. Then everybody would bust out and laugh. Christmas time she would take us to Ochi. In the summer, it's either Portland or Senti. We used to love go create on mama work and swinging at the swing song. Pick the cherry from the cherry tree and play with the other kids that is there. Can't tell you how me happy when the lunch mama share. We did live on Thompson Street right in front of Ambassador Theatre. In a politics time, the road boy them come up from in a Rima. Quat under the house and whooping fire. Shooting at PMPs, call themselves labor. And you know at times, the PMP return the fire. Mommy and her 3 kids have to come off of the bed and lie down flat on the ground and pray to God them no kick the door down. We never have money to move, so we had was to stay. And even when they get a chance to leave, we went a few blocks up the road, go live on Maya Street. We had a strong mother. I'm not ask nobody that. To almost she move around without sleeping around to get us up off of the ground. From Hopeful to Thompson Street, round to Maya Street, then to Building B Havana, upstairs, next door to sister, that had Tony Welch baby mother. After Yeti election was over, when gunshots shelled the place down, and the innocent blood that run, the belly were banned, the tears of fall, and the broken hearts, mommy managed to move and go Gregory Park. 228 Condor, next door to the track. And that's what I get for me jockeys like Steve Grass, D Brown, before them bust out of the pack. Mommy end up with man when the abuse come along, when man raise them on. And because me not used to the naivety, I had us to come in and rescue mommy. Ship out of Jamaica behind the dirty man back. People me not tell a lie, he nearly have an heart attack. Never know him have until him lose it. Sorry, but me have to protect my auntie Mitzi. You know how hard mama labor for it. All of mama life, she's a caregiver. Taking care of children, including hers. And when the goings get rough, mommy never run. She never left by herself or with family to go to party. She used to love the politics meeting and the slogans she used to sing. She teach you to love the party where she prefer. And if we speak otherwise, all we're gonna do are bring tears to our eyes. We love mommy, and I am sure mommy love we. Moffett, Suzette, and me. On a day like today, I just want to say Happy Mother's Day.